Coco Gauff bounces back from brutal China Open loss with 51-minute demolition job. Coco Gauff made a strong comeback from her crushing defeat in the China Open semifinals, securing an impressive 6-0, 6-1 victory in Wuhan. The number 3 seed took just 51 minutes to overpower Moyuka Yukijima 6-1, 6-0, barely losing points on serve and delivering 5 aces to advance to the third round. This comes only 4 days after Gauff was outplayed by Amanda Anisimova in Beijing. Despite avoiding a complete shutout in both sets, Gauff struggled with 5 double faults as Anisimova defeated her in less than an hour. The 21-year-old pledged to learn from the harsh loss, and she certainly did. As the number 3 seed in Wuhan, Gauff received a bye directly into the second round, where she faced qualifier Yukijima. She quickly set the pace, breaking and taking a 3-0 lead to start the match. Yukijima then scored for the first and last time as Gauff continued her demolition, winning the last 9 games consecutively. The American has had issues with her serve over the past few years, often committing too many double faults. However, Gauff lost only 5 points on her serve, landed 85% of her first serves in, and most importantly, did not commit a single double fault. After the match, she said, "Obviously today was a good match for me, I played well. Super happy to be back here in Wuhan and moving on to the next round. No expectations, it's the last tournament for me in Asia, so I'm just going to enjoy my last week here and go back home and get ready for WTA finals." Gauff, who made it to the semi-finals in Wuhan last year, is now set to face either Zhang Shuai or Sorana Cîrstea in her quest for a quarter-final spot. The 2-time major winner had a rough night at the China Open semi-final, where she was unable to match up to Anisimova's game. She played well. "I felt like I couldn't really have a chance of getting a rhythm out there. But a learning experience for the next time." Gauff reflected on the match. "I mean, she's definitely one of the best out of those I've played. Yeah, for sure her and Aryna Sabalenka are tough when they're playing that level of tennis. I felt like today, no matter what I did, I just couldn't get into the match. So yeah, I'm going to take this and learn from it." While the China Open was one of the extended 12-day WTA 1000 events, the Wuhan Open sticks to the original 7-day format with a smaller draw. Gauff expressed her excitement about returning to the one-week Wuhan event. She added, "I'm happy, looking forward to playing a one-week 1000. I kind of miss playing them. I was thinking, like today I woke up and felt like it was so long since my last match. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, playing in that format. Last year I quite enjoyed it, even though I was going into the tournament tired just from winning here. But I think it helped having to play back-to-back. In the world of tennis, where the pressure can crush even the most seasoned professionals, 19-year-old Coco Gauff continues to carve out a narrative defined by resilience, maturity, and flashes of brilliance that defy her age. Just days after a tough and humbling loss at the China Open, one that left fans and critics alike wondering how she would respond, Gauff answered not with words, but with her racket. And in just 51 minutes she delivered a performance that was nothing short of a statement. A demolition. A bounce back. A warning shot. The fall before the rise. The China Open had started with promise for Gauff, who came in riding the momentum of a historic summer that included her first Grand Slam title at the US Open. Her movement had looked sharp, her serve ferocious, and her confidence palpable. But the game has a way of humbling even the best, and in a brutally one-sided loss that followed, Gauff found herself outplayed and outpaced. Her opponent exploited every weakness, her forehand timing, her court positioning, her composure under pressure. It was the kind of loss that stings. More importantly, it was the kind of loss that tests a champion. Where some might have spiraled or chosen to withdraw, Coco Gauff chose to confront the moment head-on. She didn't make excuses. She didn't shy away from criticism. Instead, she reflected, trained, and prepared for the next match with a quiet intensity. Then came her next opponent, and 51 minutes later, her response was headline-worthy. The 51-minute masterclass. What happened next was not just a win. It was a dismantling. In just under an hour, Gauff executed a clinical demolition of her next challenger. The scoreline was as brutal as it was swift, leaving fans in awe and commentators scrambling to find words for the transformation they had just witnessed. She barely missed a first serve. Her forehand was fluid, not frantic. Her backhand, the weapon she's honed since her breakout at Wimbledon years ago, was devastating. But it wasn't just the technical improvement that stood out. It was her body language. There was no sign of the teenager who had struggled days before. Instead, Gauff walked onto the court like a woman on a mission. Focused. Composed. Relentless. She played each point like it mattered, even when the outcome was all but decided. There was no fist-pumping celebration at the end, just a quiet nod, a glance toward her team, and a walk off the court with the calm confidence of someone who knows she belongs. More than just a win. Gauff's demolition job wasn't about revenge or retribution. It was about resilience. About showing the world, and perhaps herself, that one loss does not define a champion. In sports, greatness isn't measured by how high an athlete climbs, but how they respond when they fall. Gauff, in this match, demonstrated that she is learning one of the most important lessons of elite tennis, the art of bouncing back. The WTA Tour is relentless. With a match around every corner and travel across continents, players are constantly pushed to the edge, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Gauff's ability to recalibrate so quickly and dominate speaks volumes not only about her physical gifts but also about her mental fortitude. At just 19, she's already displaying traits that take others a career to develop. A star in the making, and already shining. The beauty of Gauff's story is that it's still being written. Her path is not yet paved in gold, and she doesn't pretend otherwise. There will be more tough matches, more critics, more crushing defeats. But there will also be more comebacks, more titles, and more moments where she leaves the tennis world speechless. In an era where tennis is crying out for new heroes, Gauff isn't just stepping up, she's charging ahead. And the 51-minute destruction she unleashed after her China Open defeat wasn't just a win. It was a message. I'm not going anywhere. The bigger picture. Beyond the tennis, Gauff's bounce back is a metaphor that resonates far outside the white lines of the court. It's about what we do when we're knocked down. How we rise, how we respond, and how we redefine the narrative after things go wrong. Her story is a reminder to young athletes, aspiring professionals, and anyone chasing excellence. Perfection is not the goal. Growth is. You can lose badly. You can be criticized. You can feel like you've failed, and still come back better than ever. That's not weakness. That's power. That's Coco Gauff.